strengthening governance through stable and robust political institutions and civil society, especially associated with minority communities, and to strengthening economic institutions and private enterprise, and to helping this new nation assume a respected and vital place in the global arena. Ladies and gentlemen, President Fatmir Sejdiu, himself a founding member of the Democratic League of Kosovo, as we heard a little bit earlier, has the distinction of leading this new nation on its exciting path. He brings the experience of government, the wisdom, the objectivity, and the compassion associated with a career in the justice arena. And he brings a strong association with the generation that will most assuredly implement the visions that he sets forth, the students with whom he continues to be engaged. We are therefore extremely proud to recognize President Sejdiu, our ASU colleague, as the very first recipient of the ASU Distinguished Global Leadership Award. Now, in presenting this award, let me first read it, and then we'll have a chance to hold it. This is the Distinguished Global Leadership Award presented to Dr. Fatmir Sejdiu, President of Kosovo, February 23, 2009. The Office of the Vice President for Global Engagement bestows the Distinguished Global Leadership Award upon Dr. Fatmir Sejdiu, President of Kosovo, in recognition of his distinguished post-university work as a leader who has enhanced international and intercultural understanding through his professional endeavors and demonstrated sustained, outstanding achievement and leadership on a local, national, and international level. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing President Sejdiu tonight.
Honorable Professor Budlok, ASU Vice President for Global Engagement, Honorable Mr. Al-Nasidi, Dean of College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Honorable Professor Steven Batalden, Honorable Arben Dasku, President of SHITA, Arizona, Honorable Mrs. Derisha, Honorable audience, dear friends, Dashur Mish. Allow me to express my gratitude for being in your presence today and for the exceptional honor that you bestow upon me awarding me this prestigious award. I consider this distinguished Global Leadership Award that is awarded to me today as an honor also given me to my people and my country, Republic of Kosovo. A few days ago, on February 17, Kosovo marked its one-year anniversary as an independent and sovereign state. It was an important year for providing ourselves as a place of modern democracy, a place and homeland for all of its citizens, irrespective of ethnicity or belief, and a place that pays special attention and respect for human rights and liberties, and in that way, especially the rights of minorities. My dear friends, Kosovo is the best example of a place that after a bloody war and many victims, after a violent deportation of half of its population outside the country, after the destruction of almost all of its economic potentials, after the massive destruction of homes, it came back to life like a phoenix. Following a strong, peaceful, and political, and later military resistance, and the international intervention, Kosovo achieved the consideration with its supporters from the democracy goal to attain a rhythm of development and has undertaken important steps in building free and democratic institutions. Kosovo remains eternally thankful to the United States of America and the American people for the powerful support that they give to the people of Kosovo in its effort for freedom and independence and its economic liberties. In our case, to achieve our human and national freedom, a basic compass for orientation were the freedom promoting quality of your divine country that ever since the Declaration of Independence in 1776 have become a model for the entire freedom-loving world and all free peoples. As a person with knowledge of historical and state developments of some of the most important countries from antiquity to until the present, I must know that the exact some motivation and belief that were created and presented by your founding fathers were the special inspiration and the unwavering support for our quest for freedom. I must state that we can never forget the contribution of Washington, Madison, Jefferson, Hamilton, John Jay, Patrick Henry, and many of the leaders of your country that were the remain unique models of defending and promoting the three basic attributes for your civic life: the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Others, such as President Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt, and Kennedy, were as important and for defending less important principles of liberty. This idea became eternal for freedom, peace, democracy, and development only after its soul and work is done in realizing this uncontested right for people and countries. Thus, the numerous recognitions of the Republic of Kosovo and countries of the democratic world have in mind our pledge and vision expressed in our constitution and legislative corpus of our country. My dear friends, even from this holy place of knowledge, I express my utmost appreciation for the American people. President Bush Sr., President Clinton, President George W. Bush, and now President Obama, who recently received the backing of your nation for the unconditional support they give to Kosovo at all times. This support given from the United States and the European Union is also a common prize for Kosovo's determination in building a democratic present and future. Kosovo cannot forget the tragedy it has suffered as a state by President Clinton, but it's determined to look this long chapter of his life in the past and turn to the future with respect and guarantee for all its citizens. Kosovo does not seek revenge against the Serbs minority. Indeed, his effort of the Serb community privilege statement. Kosovo has developed an excellent family relation with all its neighbors, with the exception of Serbia, which continues with its negative approach to anything related to Kosovo, but with whom we hope to one day also establish good relations. Our future is in European Union, in NATO, and we wish to see this for all regional countries. My dear friends, going back to the time of my country independence, only 1 year ago, I want to reminisce about my many discussions with my colleagues at your university during my stay here, and I want to mention a discussion I had with Professor Steve Batalden and Professor Richard Dagger at the Tempe downtown restaurant in March 2003. That note seems like a prophecy, knowing that I was politically involved at that time and in the resistance process early on. Professor Batalden asked me how many years will take for Kosovo to become independent. Since the negotiation for the future of Kosovo had not begun yet, I gave a regular answer, telling him that it would happen in a few years. Professor Batalden lifted his arm, opened up his palm, and said that this would likely take 5 full years. Well, my friend, he missed the aid by 1 month. It is my pleasure to be here today and see you again, Professor Stephen Batalden. Know that my country is independent and internationally recognized. In the political developments that followed, at the time when I was elected president of my country, about 3 years ago, at that time when I led Kosovo's negotiation team, and when I was pushing for the process to end as soon as possible, and when there were very many hurdles to the process that kept being extended, trust me, sir, I often thought, among other things, of that discussion on our estimate. My dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, those were extremely important times for life and development, for the future and of freedom-loving nations. Today, allow me to use this opportunity to express my appreciation for the role that your university has played in supporting the University of Pristina and its academic staff. I must mention with special respect Mrs. Maria Urbina from the Department of State, Professor Steve Batalden, Professor Nancy Roberts, Professor Bob Denhart, Professor Barbara McKay, Professor Brown, Professor Berisha, and all my other friends that give their care and special determination in supporting our university. In this solemn event, I wish to thank you for the support given to the students from Kosovo, that we're creating new opportunities for those that attend and graduate from this university. I believe that this support and cooperation will continue and grow in the future with your university as well as with other universities across the United States. Investment in knowledge and education is a priority for Kosovo, and we aim to take the necessary steps to develop in all spheres and, as a free nation, integrated speedily in the European Union and NATO. Dear leaders of Arizona State University, thank you once again for this great honor of bestowing upon me this award and for the opportunity to address this distinguished audience of your university. I wish all the best to your university. God bless the Arizona State Sun Devils, and may God bless
Thank you all for coming. There are the refreshments over on this end. There's a big box on the other end. And the president